sacked our temple, and we fled, all different type of waves, mainly in the interiors of Africa, where years later we were gathered up, and that's when they gathered us up in the slave trade. Okay. So it says, that day shall not come, the day of the Lord shall not come, except there come a falling away first. That happened. And we fell away from who we are. We didn't even know we were the Hebrew Israelites. That's a falling away. It says, and that the man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. So the day of the Lord is not going to come unless the falling away come first. That happened. And the man of sin be revealed. That's happened. And it's happening right now. All right. That's why verse 4, it says, who opposeth this wicked who's going to be revealed and who's being revealed right now. All right. Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, is being revealed as being the wicked of the Bible, the wicked. All right. Now, among our people are found wicked men, like it says in Jeremiah, but we're not the wicked who was made to be the wicked. OK. So Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, was made to be the wicked. OK. It says, who opposeth and exalted himself above all that is called God. All right. This is what this so-called white man is doing. Esau, Edom. He opposeth and exalted himself above all that is called God or that is worship. So he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. And this is what this so-called white man is doing, ultimately to have power over all by getting that chip, that RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast, and implanting it in all humans. Okay. They trying to be God. Okay. That's the ultimate agenda. Okay. And jumping down to verse 8, it says, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth by his men, the prophets. And guess what? They're going to come at the prophets. Okay. They're going to speak against the prophets. Okay. They're going to shoot the messenger. Okay. It says, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. It says, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. All right. And lying wonders. This is what they do. OK. This is part of their makeup, to lie and speak these smooth words, though. OK, it ain't going to just be no lie to where, you can be like, oh, damn, he lying. No, it was going to be real smooth enough to where you were going to take heed to it. All right. And that's what we all have done at one point. But now the Lord is raising up his prophets. All right. And resting his Holy Spirit upon them to see the lies. OK, it says, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. All right. So you got to have the truth to have hope of salvation. OK, you got to accept this truth. OK, the same truth that Peter said was going to be evil spoken of. All right. This is 2 Peter chapter 2 and 2. It says, and many shall follow their pernicious ways. See, many of our people have followed the pernicious ways of the wicked. OK, because they spoke real smooth, and they said, do as thou wilt. Hey, you can just be a good person, and you can do whatever you want. You can be a homosexual. You can eat whatever you want. You can serve whatever God you want. You can do anything that you want to do. Just obey your thirst. Do as thou wilt. This is, and they speak these smooth words, and our people are like, yeah, because they want to do what they flesh want to do. It feels good to them. Okay. And it says, and many shall follow their pernicious ways. by reason of whom the way of truth shall be evil spoken of. So the news unit, all right, this is what they're doing. Not only them, but all these devils, okay? They're speaking evil of the truth, saying, oh yeah, they're a hate group and they're terrorists and they're this and they're that. So then our people, they get deceived by that and they take heed to that. All right, because this is like, oh yeah, you know, because all the lies that they've been told and the misinterpretations even of the Bible that they've been told. So when we come with the truth of the Bible, it's like, you know, people are like, oh no, I ain't never heard nothing like that, you know. They so used to the lies, okay? And he has made lies sweet. He has made lies good. That's why it talks about in Amos, woe unto them that put light for darkness and darkness for light. Okay? So now when the true light come, people think that is darkness because they have been lied to their whole lives and they're stuck in their ways. They're stuck in those lies, just like the old bottles. All right, in the Gospels that it talks about, when the truth comes and when you pour in that truth into the bottle, it bursts because they so used to the lies and they have accepted the lies as being, you know, good, as being the truth. So when you come with the true truth, this is what's happening. Okay, and that's why it says, and many shall follow their pernicious ways. All right, many. That's why it says, enter ye in at the straight gate. For broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be that go thereat. But it's few that's going to find life, that's going to find the straight gate of truth. All right? Many shall follow their pernicious ways, by reason of whom the way of truth is evil spoken of. Why is truth evil spoken of? All right? Why is truth evil spoken of? Because in Job 9:24, it says this: the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. What do the wicked do? He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, wherein who is he? Covering the face of the judges thereof, that's deceit. That's lies. All right? See, but they're in the power seat right now because the earth was given into their hand by the Most High. And it says how promotion cometh not from the east nor the west. It says, but the Most High God ruleth in the kingdom of men, and he giveth to whosoever he please. So it pleased the Most High to give it to the wicked for a time and for a purpose. Okay? It's a means to an end, my white friend. A means to an end. Okay, so it was just for a moment and for a purpose. Okay, but for time's sake, I'm not going to get into that particular purpose, but I'm going to carry on. But it says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, right? And what do the wicked do? This is Psalm 58:3. It says the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. All right? They are estranged from the womb. They are accustomed to this. They're learned, trained in this. All right? This is how the Most High made them. All right? He said he's made one vessel unto honor and another unto dishonor. He's made Jacob, the Israelites, unto honor. He's made Esau, the so-called white man, unto dishonor, estranged from the womb, to go astray as soon as he be born, speaking lies. Okay? This is what this so-called white man, Esau Edom, who is the wicked, okay? Who is the wicked. How do we know that they're the wicked? This is Malachi. This is Malachi chapter 1, and I'll start at 3. It says, I'll start at the top. It says, the burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi. I have loved you, saith the Lord, talking to Israel, the Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. I have loved you, saith the Lord. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith the Lord? Yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau. And the Most High loved to hate him. He's made him to hate him. Okay? For a purpose. All right? Because the Most High is about balance. You can't know righteousness without wickedness. Okay? So it says, and I hated Esau and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places, thus saith the Lord of hosts. They shall build, but I will throw down. So ultimately, the ultimate thing, the new world order and their ultimate agenda, all right, that they're trying to build, the Most High is going to throw it down. Okay, it says, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever. All right, the border of wickedness. They're the beginning of wickedness. They are the wicked. Matter of fact, like it says in, I have to read it. I quoted it earlier, but this is Jeremiah. Chapter 5, it says, Jeremiah chapter 5 and 26. It says, for among my people, who were Jeremiah's people? Israelites. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. It says, for among my people are found wicked men. All right. They're among our people are found wicked men. They're known as the 2/3. Okay. Now all of Israel have, fallen short of the glory, have sinned and have been wicked in points. But the elect of the Israelites are going to return from that wickedness. All right. They're going to return to the Lord. All right. And repent for all their wickedness. And the blood of Yahushua is going to cover them, because during that grace period, they regenerated. They got themselves together. They separated from this world and carnality and wickedness. All right. To come and serve the Lord in truth. And put their bodies as a sacrifice, a living sacrifice. So it says, for among my people are found wicked men. They lay wait as he that setteth snares. They set a trap, they catch men. As a cage is full of birds, so are their houses full of deceit. Therefore they are become great and waxen rich. They are waxen fat, they shine. Yea, they overpass the deeds of the wicked. So among my people are found wicked men, and those wicked men among our people, they overpass the deeds of the wicked, of the actual wicked, the people that were made to be wicked. Who was that? Esau, Edom, all right, who are back in that Malachi chapter 1 and 4. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. And they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever. All right. They are the wicked that the Bible speaks of. All right. And the earth was given into their hand for a time and for a purpose. Okay, and with their time that they were given, they were estranged from the womb. They went about as soon as they were born, speaking lies, deceit. All right, that's what they're all about. And that's how they have gotten the whole world. Okay. All right. They are the wicked. Now, a few examples. This is Psalms 22 and 16. This is Psalms 22 and 16. It says, now this is King David talking in the spirit. It says, for dogs have compassed me. For dogs have compassed me. The assembly of the wicked have enclosed me. So, matter of fact, let me just keep reading. It says, they pierce my hands and feet. Who was that? Whose hand got pierced and whose feet got pierced? It says, I may tell all my bones. They look and stare upon me. They part my garments among them and cast lots upon my vesture. Who does that sound like? Who did that happen to? That happened to our Lord. Yahushua. All right. When we were in Roman captivity. Okay. And the Romans were in rulership at the time. The Romans at the time were Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, the wicked. Okay. And he said, for dogs have compassed me about. He called the wicked, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, dogs. The assembly of the wicked, the so-called white man, Esau, Edom, have enclosed me. They pierced my hands and my feet. Now they physically did that, the Romans. Now it was 2/3 of our people that sent them to the Romans to be killed and had them killed. All right, that's why it was like, no, give us Barabbas. Go ahead and crucify him, kill him, blasphemy. All right. Okay. And that's why the Romans, believe it was Pilate, was like, what did he do? I don't see no, nothing wrong. He was like, but okay, I wash my hands. We'll do it. Who is this man? We don't know what he haven't done anything, But our people wanted to go ahead and kill him because he was about telling them directly and correctly the truth, right? And who he was, okay? But they didn't believe in him. But the point right here is that we know that Romans were so-called white people, all right? Edomites, who were called right here the wicked. And we know who pierced them was those Romans, all right? The wicked. Another example, this is 1 Maccabees chapter 1 and 1 Maccabees chapter 1. I'm going to start at 30 and then go back up. It says, and spake peaceable words unto them, but all was deceit. All right. All was deceit. Who goes around speaking these lies? All right. And ruling with lies. All right. Esau, Edom, the wicked, who was estranged from the womb, going astray as soon as he be born, speaking lies, speaking deceit. It says, and spake peaceable words unto them, but all was deceit. So the peaceable, smooth words, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to make this treaty, I'm going to, do this, for you, and, but all was ultimately for an agenda that was no good for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you Israelites, okay? It says, for when they had given him credence, so our people have given him credence by these peaceable words that he spake, all right? For when they had given him credence, he fell suddenly upon the city and smote it very sore and destroyed much people of Israel. And this is the same thing that's going on unto this day. Now, who was this that spake these peaceable words unto them? Let's read. I'm going to go up because in 1 Maccabees, let me just go to 1 and 1. 1 Maccabees chapter 1, verse 1. It says, and it happened after that Alexander, who is in secular history, Alexander the Greek, okay, who we know was a so-called white man. Okay, but this so-called white man, through this information right here in the Bible, I'm going to read it. And it happened after that Alexander, son of Philip the Macedonian. All right, so Alexander's father, Philip the Macedonian. All right, and you can trace the Macedonians all the way back to Esau, Edom. All right, the wicked. Okay. I'm not about to, go through that right now, but we've done it plenty of times and we might do it again. All right. But, and it happened after that Alexander, the son of Philip, the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Shittim, had smitten Darius, the king of the Persians and Medes, that he reigned in his stead the first over Greece. So Alexander the Great was the first to rule. And they took the kingdom from the Persians and Medes, all right, another nation of people, okay, and reigned in his stead the first over Greece, okay. So going down, it says, verse 4, and he gathered a mighty strong host. So Alexander gathered a mighty strong host and ruled over countries and nations and kings who became tributaries unto him. And after these things he fell sick, and perceived that he should die. Wherefore he called his servants, such as were honorable and were brought up with him from his youth, and parted his kingdom among them while he was yet alive. So he parted his kingdom amongst these four generals, all right? More Edomites, okay? More so-called Greeks, okay? It says, verse 9, and after his death, after the death of Alexander the Great, all right, the Macedonian who goes back to Esau, Edom, the Edomites, the wicked nation of people, they all put crowns upon themselves. So did their sons after them many years, and evils were multiplied in the earth. Why was evils multiplied in the earth when they took over? Because they were the wicked. And that's all that they could do. They couldn't go by the ways of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, these laws, statutes, and commandments. No, they do the opposite. Remember in that Thessalonians, it says, who opposeth himself to all that is called God. All right. He opposed himself to the Most High God, meaning oppose opposite. So if the Most High say do this, they do the opposite. If the Most High say don't do something, that's what they do. Okay. The opposite. So it says, and after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves. So did their sons after them many years, and evils were multiplied in the earth. And there came out of them a wicked root, Antiochus. Some people may call him Antiochus, okay? Antiochus or Antiochus, surname Epiphanes, son of Antiochus the king, who had been an hostage at Rome, and he reigned in the 137th year of the kingdom of the Greeks. Verse 11, in those days went there out of Israel wicked men. Remember, Jeremiah said, among my people are found wicked men, all right, who overpass the deeds of the wicked. All right. It says who persuaded many. All right. These wicked men out of Israel persuaded many, saying, let us go make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. So these heathen nations, namely those who were in power, the Greeks. All right. Namely Antiochus Epiphanes. OK, to make a covenant with him. All right. It says, for since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow. So this device pleased them well. Then certain of the people were so forward herein that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinances of the heathen. Okay. So this is what our people have done, have taken, they didn't want to accept their punishment and go through the things that they had to go through. So they just, listened to whatever these heathens said do, and they did it, even if it was totally contrary to what the Most High said do or don't do. OK. And you have our people that want to live their best life right now. All right. In this present evil world, and give credence to Esau, Edom. That's what our people are doing now. They have given credence to Esau, Edom, and totally dependent on Esau, Edom. All right, and this government. Okay, and look what is doing. All right, here I'm going to give you WIC. I'm going to give you Section 8. I'm going to give you EBT. All right, I'm going to give you all these things. All right. See, but as soon as you give them credence and think that they're a good guy and they some good, they're going to fall suddenly on you. And even with this government shutdown that's going on right now, that's just a small example of the things that's going on. All right. And to come. And even if they open it back up or whatever, this right here is just even a trial run to see what's up. And it may just go ahead and lead to the big whammy. You know what I'm saying? Which we hoping that it do. All right. And things just start to unravel from there. OK. But even if they, went ahead and opened it back up, these are the things that's happening and to come. But it's about to come to a max and a height. All right. At the time of what the scriptures call the time of Jacob's trouble. OK. And so here it is. The point being, again, which was an example of the wicked. All right, we know that Alexander the Great, All right, and his men, his generals, and then Antiochus Epiphanes, they called themselves Greek, and we know them to be so-called white people. All right, but the point is that they are the wicked, evils multiplied on the earth. Okay, like verse 10, it says, and there came out of them a wicked root, Antiochus Epiphanes. All right, these so-called white people are the wicked. Okay, all right, if your bloodline indeed goes back to Esau, you are an Edomite, the wicked. All right, and I had to say that because you have some people that may have the physical appearance of being a white person, but their bloodline may go back to, Israelite. Their bloodline may go back to another nation. You know what I'm saying? The Lord gonna know in the day of the Lord's wrath when those angels come. Okay, we're gonna know who's an Israelite, whose bloodline goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and we're gonna know who's a Edomite whose bloodline goes back to Esau, Edom. And if your bloodline goes back to Esau, Edom, you are an Edomite, the wicked, and you will pay. Okay, so I just wanted to get that real quick because it lets you know who the wicked is. Okay, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. And we know that those Greeks and those Romans, all right, were so-called white people. Those particular Greeks and particular Romans. Now, I'm going to go to Psalms 82. It says, God, and 1, it says, God standeth in the congregation of the mighty. He judgeth among the gods. And among these gods, because like in let me grab this to make a point real quick. In this second Esdras, chapter 6, verse 58, it says, but we thy people, all right, we thy people, the people of God, all right, the Israelites, but we thy people, whom thou hast called thy firstborn, thy only begotten, and thy fervent lover are given into their hands. So we, the Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, who are the firstborn, the only begotten of the Most High God and His Son, Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua. We are the firstborn and only begotten of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua. Okay? And if the Most High is a God, a power, and He has begotten some children, then His children are gods. Okay? His children are gods. Okay? It says, but we, thy people, whom thou hast called thy firstborn, thy only begotten, and thy fervent lover are given into their hands. If the world now be made for our sakes, why do we not possess an inheritance with the world? How long shall this endure? Esdras was asking that question, all right, because we were in captivity. We were given over into these other nations, whom he said we're above these nations. Like in that, real quick, Deuteronomy 7 and 6, it says, for thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God. Talking to the Israelites. Read Deuteronomy 1 and 1. These words were only spoken to the Israelites. So right here it says, for thou, talking about Israel, art a holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. So Esdras is like, man, you said that we were above all nations on the face of the earth. Why are we giving over into these other nations? Why are we giving over into their hands? If the world be made for our sakes, if we're these gods that was only your only begotten, okay? We had to go through these things not only for our disobedience, all right, but for all these experiences that we had to go through to gain wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, okay? Like it says, for everything that were in Romans 15 and 4, everything that was written aforetime was written for our learning. All right. So everything that was written was done. So everything was done for the learning of the Israelites. So when we become in power and ruling over all eternity, all existence for eternity, we know how to be righteous judges. We have the wisdom, all right, to rule forever and ever in righteousness, all right. And we learned all that wisdom through experience, going through all these experiences. See, Esdras didn't know at the time, okay? See, but my whole point in getting that is that we are the only begotten. The Israelites are the only begotten of God, which makes us gods. See, but now we are gods. We, like it was that Sting, we are spirits in a material world. That we